Hey guys, I'm here with Joshua, and he works for
World System Builder.
and he's going to actually, he contacted me on Instagram, and I always set up a chat for the people when they contact on Instagram. We get quite a few inquiries lately, so that's awesome. But then when I spoke to him, I was really impressed with the company, and I was like, this is needed in Savannah. Not a lot of people know about this. So tell a little bit about what the company does and what you do.
Okay, so I'm a financial professional with World System Builder. I've been doing it for almost 3 years now. And basically what we do is financially educate people, right? So I have this pin right here, right? It says the National Financial Literacy Campaign.
Right.
And it's to spread financial education nationwide, right? Throughout the United States and also into Canada as well. So we also have offices even in Asia. So it's a pretty big firm. But the thing is, we take a holistic approach to financial education because it's very important. It's not taught anymore in schools like it used to be, college. And the thing is, I mean, you have to deal with finances. I mean, there's no if, ands, or but about it. You have to deal with it. So I think it's important to educate people, but we also offer solutions to people who want to do certain things in finance, whether it's, let's say, if they want to invest their money or if they want to protect themselves, their families. Let's say if they have businesses, they want to protect their businesses as well. Things like that. Those are different examples. Or estate planning, how to protect their assets as well, too. How to grow their assets. That's something that's definitely needed. And a lot of people think that it's super expensive or they don't know where to start. Or how do you do this? And what's interesting about it is if you go to a job, the first thing you do is they give you kind of a 401k. You know, hey, we got a 401k, but they don't explain to you how it works. The aspects of, you know, if you take out money, how much they're going to charge you or how much it's going to grow. What are the benefits or what are the things that work against you? Let's say when the market goes down, you know, how it's going to affect you. They don't explain any of that. They just say, hey, is your 401k? Most people say, yeah, okay. They don't explain anything to you. But we like to be able to educate people, explain things to people so they know what they have.
And what about younger folks, like just getting started? What would you offer to someone who is just getting started with the job and life? Because like you said, there's no education in the schools. So I'm trying to go through like the phases. I'm thinking as I'm sitting here talking to you, I'm thinking the phases of life. So I have a son that's 24. He calls and asks me for financial advice all the time. Yeah. So, you know, what do you have for the younger generation?
Well, we create a personal financial strategy for them.
That's awesome.
Let's say where they want to go. Let's say, I want to buy a new car within a year or something. You know, we help them do that. We look at where they're at currently financially, right? So
that's smart. So they don't just go to the car lot and get sold.
Exactly. Because that's what the salesman wants to do. They just want to get their money and that's
they're going to run your credit, tell you how much you can get, and then you pick out your car.
Yeah, and usually, I mean, you could be in debt, you could have bad credit, and you could still get a car. Right. So they don't really vet people to see if they could do it or not. Because a lot of times the dealership, you know, if you don't pay your car, they're just going to take it back and they're just going to resell the car.
That's so true. It's a business.
So that's the way they look at it. They don't really look at really helping you out. They're just looking at you to sell you a car.
Right.
While we look at it as, okay, well, look at where you're at. You might want a car. Let's say, hey, start with another car. Why don't you start off with something a little bit cheaper for the time being?
Right.
Or why don't you maybe not focus on a car? Maybe why don't you invest your money in something else that could grow for you? So then maybe when you want to have a car, it's already there. You already have the money in place. Anything you want to buy in the future. Let's say it's a home one day. Let's say you want to get married. You want to have kids one day. You already have a plan set in place. So those things are a little bit easier to do.
I think it's also like being a mother of a 24-year-old. It's also like nice to have a voice of someone else that's not the parent.
Yeah, yeah.
And they feel like they're doing it on their own because they're getting a professional's help. So that was that when we talked on the phone, I was like, this is really good for a younger generation too. And what does it look like for a fee for the company? Like when someone comes in and they're like, they come in and they won't help. Let's say I sent my son. What does it look like to get financial literacy? Now
we don't charge them. So that's the thing about us is a lot of times if you talk to a financial advisor, depending what it is, let's say you go to a bank, right? And there's a financial advisor. They will charge a fee. They don't charge you per se. It doesn't come out of you. Gotcha. But they'll get a salary for it, right?
Got it.
Now, us, we take the approach is we're going to offer it for free to you because the only way to help people out is, I think the best way is educate, help you out, and then we take the action from there. So we don't charge. I don't say, hey, it's going to be $50 an hour, $100 an hour. I'm like, guys, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not going to do that to you, but I'm going to help you out as best as I can to help you out. And all our financial workshops are free as well too. We have 8 total workshops. They're free. They're online.
That's amazing.
They're in person as well too. So yeah, they have all the ability to be able to learn it all for free.
Okay. And what, so we learned everything about that. So what about a business owner like me? So what about mom? What does it look like?
Yeah.
For someone, I think this is really good for someone new in business because I had to learn a lot of things on my own once I started gaining money and traction with the company. And I made a lot of mistakes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So.
Well, business owners, I think, are the best fitted for that.
Oh, good.
Because business owners, like you said, they might get funding for a business, but they don't know how to be able to manage it from there, right?
Right.
I think that's why sometimes businesses do fail very early on because they don't know what they need to do to maintain the business.
Right.
And the good thing about it is we actually have some people who are business owners that work with us.
Right.
Right. So we have
amazing.
One example. Her name is Belle. She owns Nara Tree and Silk Road.
Okay.
Which is in Southside Savannah.
Gotcha.
She owns 2 restaurants. We have this other lady who owned 2 convenience stores called Ethnicity. The people who started the office, I mean, they run an office. They're running a business as well, too. We know other people who own restaurants as well who work with us as well, too. So we actually have business owners who are with us who we've actually gotten good information from. We've been able to help and vice versa.
Okay.
And the thing is, business owners have more to protect than anybody else.
Yeah.
And they tend to be more responsible with their money because you're managing business, you're paying
people that you're part of. Yeah, you're charging
you have to manage it right.
Yeah,
you have to manage your payroll, your books, because people got to get paid. If you have a restaurant, you have a bar, people got to get their drinks, people got to get their food. So you tend to be more responsible. You got to bring things
in to make money. It's a whole.
Yeah, you got to manage it or not, you'll be out of business pretty quick.
Right.
If you don't.
Very true.
So yes, we definitely love business owners because they are the best people to be able to do it. And small business owners are the lifeblood at any city and town you go to.
Very true.
Well,
that's amazing. So what are some other examples? Really, you can help anyone.
Correct. Yeah.
What are some success stories that you have with the company? Do you have any one in particular that you can think of off the top of your head that you brought them from point A to point Z? That's not even a thing, but
I can say for myself, it helped me out personally. I can say me. I could use myself as an example.
That's good.
Yeah.
Personal. Let's hear that.
For me, it really helped me be in a situation where when I came down here, the reason I came down to Savannah, I was a manager. I used to work for Home Depot. I got transferred down here, right?
Okay.
And then there was a layoff. I got laid off. I'm not from here. I didn't know too many people. And I'm figuring out, I don't have a lot of resources in the area. I don't know a lot of people. My family's not here. So this opportunity came to me. And through this opportunity, I was able to weather the storm of not having a job anymore, looking for something else, looking for another direction as well, too. And putting my money in things where I could go into it and use that money whenever I want to use it. Or if I want to get financial protection for my family, I could do that now. Starting a fund for my kids as well, too. That's something that helped me out. So I'm like, okay, now they're younger. I could look through, okay, now as they're growing older, I could pull out and help them out, let's say when they're going to college.
Yeah.
So that really helped me out throughout that time period. It was a really tough period financially. I bought investment property as well, too. That really helped me do that and manage that, looking to buy more. But so a lot of the things that I learned, I got to put it into practice here more than any other time.
Okay. Well, that's a good success story. And now that you're spilling it out and giving back to others, I think also it's so good that it's free. So how does the company make money? Don't people ask you that? When you're like, why are you helping me? How does this benefit you?
So basically, we make money. So we provide a service.
Right.
So it's like anything. Let's say, you're a hairstylist. You provide a service, you get paid for the service. But the thing was with us, we're different is we provide you the service. We're the middleman, basically.
Oh, okay.
That company comes in and they're the ones who have the product.
Gotcha.
And we come in and we're in between. We provide you the service, the product, we connect you. Okay. That's basically what it is to that.
Gotcha.
So you never meet anybody in that company. You'll meet us.
So when the problem comes off, you're like, here, this can help with this situation. This is where you get funding for this or financing for this. Or, that's cool. And then they pay you for the connection, but it all starts with education.
Correct, because we get paid by the company, not per se, let's say from you. I'm going to get a dime from you. They're going to get it, but we're going to get paid for that.
Is there anything else about the company that you want to bring awareness to that you I was really impressed when we talked on the phone. I was like, I've never had anyone financing on the podcast. Yeah. We have people who tell their stories of going through financial strife, but we've never had anyone that deals with it. We know we've had business owners on and so what, is there anything that, you just want to put out there?
Well, yeah, I think that I like to be able to spread my name out there. More people know about me and also the company and our office, because we want to be a center for finance where people need help. Hey, come to our office.
Yeah, so
take our classes.
So you do. It's not. You said there are some virtual, but they can come to. Which I guess it's good to have virtual, because sometimes if you're working, I know I work crazy hours, and I'm all over the place between the podcast and Beat 10 and being a commercial realtor. I'm all over the place. So I love that you do have it virtual, but there is a place to come in person. Where is y'all's office? 48
West Montgomery Crossroad in Southside Savannah.
Southside.
Yeah.
And what are the typical, so anyone could walk in, or would they call first and make an appointment?
Yeah.
Both?
Depends. It depends. Sometimes we're always in the office. It's better to call
always
ahead.
Better to call.
Because sometimes we're in and out. We're not always there. We move around. Sometimes we got to travel. We have families as well, too. We have kids. We have to drop them off. I mean, I got 2 daughters. Drop them off at school, picking up. So I might not always be there. So it's good to call to make sure, because, it's a pretty secure building. You can't just walk in there. So, let us know. We'll definitely do that, because we want to be that center of finance for people when they come in to get more knowledge of it. Let's say if it's lacking in any way, or they just need help, they need a resource. It's a good example is this Savannah Entrepreneur Center like that. It's a resource for entrepreneurs in Savannah. We want to be that for that.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking, we send people to lenders all the time, and lenders are really helpful.
Yeah.
They have a free service too, but yours is just a little more in depth too. So, as some of my residential realtors out there, if you have someone who's thinking about, because you'll have people call and they're like, they'll call you just to get information about the cost of a house, and they're not even there yet. They haven't even sold their house. They're renting still. They're just starting to collect information to get to that point. And it happens often. And a lot of times the realtors are, they don't even want to show you if you ain't ready, because they want people that are more that have crossed the line. So, it's a great resource for realtors to send people to get them closer to purchasing the home.
Right.
So we have a lot of realtors that watch this. We have a lot of realtors that watch this. So it would be really good, to have. That's why I just wanted to bring that up. We send people to lenders, but sometimes people already have their lender, or they already have a bank that they work with, or they get a little put off by it. Even we've had 2 really great lenders on the podcast, but sometimes when people hear the word lender, they think they're going to get in there and get sold. The 2 lenders we had on there taught us that is not the case. They have set up year plans for people sometimes, but I think it's good to have another service that you can just start on your own and get connected as the middleman.
Yeah. Because I've talked to realtors as well, mortgage brokers. And the thing is, I asked them, hey, how often are people ready when they come to you? They'll say maybe 40% of the time, maybe 30% of the time. So that tells me the majority of the time people come, they're not ready. They're just kind of shopping around, really. The real ones, the people who are ready right away, they'll say, hey, they got their credit score, they got their pre-approval.
They've got their approval, They have their pre-approval letter, but then you'll get people who are like, oh, we're ready. We have our down payment, but they haven't even gone through the lending process. So it's really good to just have something that kind of sets all the ducks in a row. Also, if you don't get approved, or if you don't get approved for the amount for the desired living, that you want, the level that you want to be on, or the amount of bedrooms, or the part of town, and the list goes on and on. You're also a good resource to set up a plan for that. Or if you have a car that you want to buy, I have a plan to upgrade my car next year. I went through the things in my head, like, it's fine. Mine runs now. I live downtown, so I can't buy a brand new car, because that would be crazy, because it's going to get dinged. So all the things in my head, so that even a car, cars are more expensive than they've ever been.
Yes.
So, it's crazy to me that it's normal to have an $80,000 car.
Yeah, so, before it was like a BMW or Mercedes. Before.
Yeah, right.
Now it's like a Ford.
Yes, exactly. It's wild. So, it's really good. Like, even if you want to upgrade your car, that's a good plan. Or if someone's getting a credit card for the first time.
Correct.
I had to help my son through that. I added him onto my credit cards when he was younger, but now, he needs some guidance with getting, getting his own and which ones to go through. And so you guys help with all of that as well. So those are like the main three, like credit cards, building credit, car. I'm just trying to like pick your brain a little bit because I feel like this is what I would ask if I was going in. A house, like if I want to upgrade my house or go from renting to owning, whatever.
Yep.
What are some other things that you think, other than business, is there anything else financially that people, do they come to you when they're in debt, when they're, trying to figure out how to get out of debt or having financial strain?
I could say
really
every
it's just anything
situation.
with money in life.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes school. Sometimes
Gotcha.
younger people coming out of school and they have school loans. What should we do? How do I get out of this? I want to create a plan to do that. Or I just get out of a divorce or something like that. Or, hey, I'm going to get married. Or I don't know what to do with this. I'm behind on this.
Really good.
I never set up a retirement fund. But I've had people who've been, 50-something-year-old say, I've putting this off for years. I need to start doing something. I don't have a retirement plan. What I do. And I say, okay, well, do you have your money in anything? Where do you have your money in? Do you want to start this? And I would say, hey, listen, if you really want to have this amount of money, this is what you got to start investing into this in order to get to this point.
And there are a lot of people, I think, too, just because, sometimes it's just hard for people to save extra money. I know my mom's a nurse at the hospital, so I'm just going to throw an example that comes to my mind. And the hospital sets it up. But is now that we're going through it with my grandparents, they're still alive and we're helping them, she's helping them. They're like, oh my gosh, it's not enough. Should we sell the house? And so even though they had a retirement fund, it becomes more real as you get close to that moment. And then you realize, I didn't even have enough. So I think whether someone has it, I think like my mom thinks in her head, she's realizing it now, that there was a retirement. She set all that up through the hospital, through her, paycheck. Yeah. But now that we're watching her mom, my grandmother was also a nurse for the same hospital that retired. Now they're realizing, it's not enough for like where they wanted to be. Right. So, if someone does come in older, you can help them do something with the funds that they haven't had to come up with a plan. That's awesome.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Like a long-term care, for example, is a good example.
Yeah. So my grandparents did not go into long-term care because they weren't comfortable in the facilities after living in the house that they lived, the type of house that they lived in. The facility that they wanted was way out of their price range.
You could do it from home, though, too. I had a situation with my grandmother. My grandmother passed away last year.
You're going to be nice to him?
She passed away at 89 years old. She passed away at 89.
Was sweet. Princess, for those of you who can't see, Princess, my dog, just moved closer to him, which she's never done on a podcast episode.
You must have good vibes.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Love it.
That's
Animals are good detectors of that, right?
Yeah.
So my grandmother passed away at 89, right? And she had certain medical professionals come to the house. So through long-term care, they could actually come to your home too. Okay. It's called like specialized healthcare that they'll come in, or skilled nursing. They'll come to your home, take care of you and help you out. Because not everybody wants that. They want to be at home, just like I said. Like they got their home, they're comfortable there. Who wants to be in a facility? Yeah. Now for those people who rather be in a facility, or maybe don't have their home, they don't want to sell their house. Well, like, I don't think you should ever really want to have to sell your house in order to fund anything else. Right. And that happens a lot. I mean, the number one reason for its medical costs is
my grandparents considered. Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Okay, so another, I think that's huge. I think retirement's huge. I think one of the things that we talked about divorce, which I think all people need financial help during divorce. So I think that's like a given. You got to figure out the split. You're working with attorneys. I think it's wonderful how to financial, but one thing you said, getting married, because you think finances first, but when you're getting married, you're combining, and I'm nowhere near that, but we'll just go and talk about it because I thought when you said that, I was thinking, yeah, that's very true because I've been single so long. You are combining finances. Yeah. I think it's really great as a new couple that even if you're not married, if you move in together, if you're working towards marriage, or combined incomes or households or whatever, I think that's really important to get some guidance because I think a lot of arguments happen over finances for
it's
sure.
the number one reason people get divorced.
Yeah.
Is finance.
Right. So why not just have a mediator to help? I mean, it's free. It's cheaper than a therapist. So there's that.
Yeah, I'll sit down. I'll talk to you. But listen, when it gets personal, I'm like, I'm staying out of
Yeah, like we said, I was like, divorce is a given. Like, divorce is a given. But hey, coming into a couple, and you know what? I have met couples because I work a lot with weddings, with beat tan because I spray tan for wedding parties. And I talk, they come in, take their clothes off to get spray tan. So you get close with them and you end up like chatting. So that's a really, I had one time out of all of them that I don't know why we talked about it, but she's like, yeah, we have a financial meeting on this day, we see one regularly before we got married. And she said, and we're keeping our finances separate. So that's where they landed. And who knows, maybe they both make quite a bit of money and they're like, we're fine. Or I don't know what the situation was, but she was like very adamant about that. And they came up with it with a financial planner. So I don't know any more details. It's a very quick chat, but that just came to my mind because I remember she was so young. I was like, I think that's very smart that she did that. So, well, I think that this conversation was great. I think the answer is you can help anyone with any sort of financing, and it's free to them. So, what a great service that we have here in Savannah for everyone that needs it, no matter how much money you are or not making.
Correct.
They have someone to help them get to where they want to be, and I just think that's great. Is there anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
Well, we are also offering opportunity to people out there.
Yes, very well said.
Because the financial industry is a growing industry. It's complex, and a lot of people need to learn how to manage the complexities of finance, money, especially everything that's changing, right? Between wars and everything that's going on in the war politically. There's a lot of things going on. So we need to have more people in that. And the thing about it is, it's a big opportunity right now. I don't know if you've seen this in the news recently, right? In the next 10 years or so, we're supposed to have a transference of like $40 to $50 trillion. So the older generation is going to be transferring things over to the younger generation, millennials actually. So people right now who are in their 30s, 40s are going to be inheriting everything that their grandparents or parents.
The baby boomers?
Yes.
Yes.
Because they're all in that
something
age, 60s,
you don't
70s.
think about.
Yeah, they're all going to be passing down like your grandparents. They have that house. You got to think about who's that going to go to? Because if it doesn't, goes to taxes, it's going to go to a tax lien, and then somebody else buys it because the government doesn't want to deal with that.
Right.
They're just going to sell it off to the person who says, "Yeah, I got the money to pay the taxes." And one of the biggest ways that people lose wealth is that way, is through properties. If they don't keep them, the house might be worth $1 million, but they don't have it anymore. Hey, it goes right to the next person. Right. And you lose that wealth, $1 million or whatever it might be.
Right. It's so funny that baby boomer, it just trickles, and that's, crazy to me. Yeah. I've been learning about them since before real estate. Back in the day, I sold Medicare supplements. Yeah. And they would talk about them aging which is 62 to that age. Now we're talking about them aging out. So I know it's like a statistic and it seems so like heartless, but it's just a part of the fact. Yeah, it's a fact of life. So I love that you brought that up before we wrapped it up, because I think that's a major point for all of us. Like for all of us to think about how that might change the economy. Yep. Just something simple like that.
It's going to change. So actually the millennials coming now will actually be the wealthiest generation now in U.S. history, if they get transferred over. Right. So people probably don't even know that. Right. That, my grandmother might be sitting, or grandfather might be sitting on millions or a couple $100,000, whatever it might be, but they don't even think about it. Or like life insurance policies or whatever that they didn't know about. Yes, it's very, very true. There's a lot going on there. Another thing with life insurance, with divorce, people, that gets split too. Oh, gotcha. That's another thing people don't know a lot of times. And I found this out through clients, that money gets split too. Hey, you might have $500,000, $1 million, $2 million. It gets split too. That's another thing you got to think about when it comes to finance is, and even if you get insurance policies for your families, it gets split if there's a divorce too. Oh, wow. Yes. Interesting. Well, I say go see Joshua.
And I mean, this was very insightful just for the podcast. So imagine what you would get, working with him on your own personal stuff. So is there anything, so tell us your social media, how would they find you outside of the Montgomery Crossroads office?
So I have a bigger presence on Facebook. Actually, I need to have a bigger presence in social media in general. But yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Joshua Hernandez. I don't have a particular name, just my name, Joshua Hernandez, financial professional. It will say WFG being the partner company, the parent company,
Gotcha.
WSB being the subsidiary of it, which we represent. If you guys want to reach me, it'll be Instagram, TikTok, Facebook as well too, LinkedIn as well too. I'm also on LinkedIn. I do have a lot of connections as well, looking to grow that. So I'm that's an opportunity that I need to be able to grow in that. That's why I reached out to you. I saw your podcast. Yeah. I'm like, I thought this was great. I think it's something that's needed in Savannah.
Thank you. It's pretty new, but it has taken off, so I appreciate that too. And I love that people are reaching out to be on it. We will put Joshua's information in the show notes. Please reach out to him. We all could use some financial help. I hope you guys have a great day.